being promoted right now, and they've got a bunch of other people. Like all the people that are supposed to appear on Sunday's event is Tommy Dreamer, Mick Foley, RVD, Team 3D, Raven, Rhino, Stevie Richards, Simon Diamond, Al Snow, Axel Rotten, Johnny Swinger, Sabu, Too Cold Scorpio, Brother Runt, C.W. Anderson, the FBI, and more. Still more.
I like Ann Moore, and Moore's very good.
Yeah.
The only name out of that whole bunch that I would be interested in seeing anymore, and it's because I'm very biased in the situation, is Too Cold Scorpio.
A lot of love for Too Cold. A lot of love for Too Cold.
Yeah, he's the man. Honestly, he's the fucking man. Was Easy Money listed on that?
No.
Did I miss? Oh, okay, boy. We're really missing out not having Easy Money. Let's see, who else did we miss out that would have been really worth seeing? Julio De Niro? No.
Is he even wrestling anymore? I mean, the last time I remember he was in ROH for a stint, and he did TNA, obviously, a while back, so I wouldn't doubt that they have his phone number, but I haven't seen him.
That's kind of the point I'm getting at.
Yeah.
Which the point is that who gives a shit about any of these people?
Yeah. Well, Team 3D might not be there much longer, too. I guess their contracts are coming up, but, obviously.
Really?
Yeah. Unless WWE decides to pick them up, you never know.
I would be really interested, because this is kind of one of those things that nobody really has a straight answer on. And actually, this is interesting. If Mystery is listening to this, or is listening to me, please send me an email, because I really would love to know what is this huge problem that WWE has with the Dudleys. There's some heat there that nobody really knows the story behind. And I would really I would love to know what the fuck's going on. Like, why were they treated the way they did? Why did it just their career there end so abruptly? And why does it seem like they will never go back? I mean, maybe I'm wrong. They could get out of their contracts and be signed and be on TV for Vince in 6 months. But it seems like there's a real issue there. And I would love to know nobody really seems to know that.
Well, do you think it might have to do with Bubba? I mean, it's no secret. People have ever listened to Shoot interviews or just heard stories about Bubba being very abrasive.
A giant fucking dickhole? Yeah, I've heard some stories. He's not. Let me put it this way. And I use that phrase a lot. I'm trying to get myself out of that as saying, let me put it this way. But let me put it this way. I've been in wrestling locker rooms for almost 11 years now. And he's the only person from when I've worked or been around guys that have made me uncomfortable. He's just a really awkward, creepy, just mean-spirited seeming person. Like, I put it this way. One of the buildings we're at, there's this long hallway. And all the guys kind of stand out there and wait for their matches and watch it. And, it's the building we were at. And Bubba Ray Dudley was just standing at the end of this aisle, just blankly staring down at everybody in it. And he's just creepy. He's just a fucking creep. I'm sorry. He's just a creepy guy. And I'm one of those people, and you know this as well as anybody, that whenever people say, oh, this person's a fucking asshole, there's a good chance that, I might think they're all right. I mean, I give everybody a chance. I love it when the Warriors play.
Right, of course.
So, I mean, it would make me, nothing would make me happier than to hear people go, oh, Bubba Ray Dudley's a fucking prick. Oh, he's such a dickhead. He's such a mean guy. And then I met him and I liked him. Nothing would have made me happier than that. I would have loved it to have been wrong. But, no.
That one's pretty much accurate, huh?
Yeah, that's not the case. That is not the case. He's a really fucking weird, unsettling individual. And I'm from New England, and we're all weird, unsettling individuals. So take that as you will.
I also wanted to point out there's some other originals that aren't here or aren't on the TNA site that I know that are going to be there. Bill Alfonso is going to be there for the pay-per-view. Balls is supposedly going to be there for the pay-per-view, from what I understand. I've also heard rumblings that Terry Funk will be there at the pay-per-view. And, well, of course. Although Terry Funk versus Ric Flair would be right up the alley right about now, so. Who else? I'm not sure, but I have a strong favoring towards thinking that Shane Douglas might appear on this pay-per-view. No?
Nope, I will tell you outright that Shane Douglas will not be in this pay-per-view.
Really? Even though he worked for a while for TNA, too?
It's not going to happen, and I can tell you exactly why.
Sure.
I'm thinking of Bubba Ray Dudley now because Mark started saying that Bubba Ray Dudley raped his cat. Pretty interesting. But I know for a fact that Shane Douglas is not going to be there. Shane Douglas will be working for the company that I work for on August 14th for our Summer Spectacular, btwpro.com. She's a quick plug there. And he's basically made it clear that he was off. And you know what? And this might interest some people because this is one of the oldest rivalries with fans that are around our age. TNA actually wanted to give the people Ric Flair versus Shane Douglas.
Wow.
That was a match that they were trying to get, and Flair said nope. He wouldn't take the money to do it.
Wow. Wait, Flair wouldn't take the money to do something?
Believe me, when I heard it, I didn't fucking believe it immediately either. I was like, you gotta be kidding me. I was like, you're kidding me, he won't fucking take this money? But I guess he has that ill will towards Shane Douglas that he doesn't want him to get paid, even though he will.
Wow.
So, yeah, I mean, and Shane Douglas, I guess, is not too happy about it. He's not happy that apparently he was seen on a poster and shit like that for the show. But I can almost shit happens. It is wrestling. But I can almost guarantee that you will not be seeing Shane Douglas.
That does kind of suck. Mark put it up there. I kind of thought, he had such a nice history with TNA once upon a time and stuff like that. See, it's like I'm starting to pull out all the TNA names that were from ECW. Obviously, Sabu. There's obviously a huge chance that he's probably going to show up. I don't know, but, like, the names that you start pulling out, big Sabu for sure. But Shane Douglas, though, I really thought he would have been, like, their big surprise. Shane Douglas and Terry Funk,
It's one of those funny things about wrestling, which is that there are people that will deny themselves and deny the fans just because they fucking want to prove some sort of a point,
Yeah. So, what's the chances of Just Incredible being an EV2?
Oh, that's another good story. I'm very disappointed that I'm letting some people down here tonight, actually. And I do apologize for this because we weren't able to get a hold of them, but we actually had on the line the couple. We were going to have them on. It's a guy and a girl, two people I know, that actually own the name Just Incredible now in the context of wrestling. Because basically, Just Incredible made the decision that he was going to cheat a promoter out of money and not do the right thing. And he got with somebody that was just a little too smart for him. And so now he can't use his name. And if TNA tries to, I can almost guarantee there'll be a cease and desist after.
Wow. That would be fucking hilarious.
Oh, believe me, I think it's fucked. It's a riot.
So he's going to be just in case now, right?
Just in case. Just in rehab. That's what it could be. I'm sorry. But yeah, there's a very, very small chance that he'll be there. Very, very small. And let me give this warning out. You'll only get one. You'll only get one. To all the people out there that have these names, these copyrighted names. There's a lot of people who you think that they have their names copyrighted that don't.
Really?
There's a whole lot of them. And WWE copyrights run out, and they're up, and they're available. And you'd think that some of these guys would have them, but don't. And ones that are really, really smart, one of them whose name is currently up in the chat room right now.
Really? That's crazy.
Yep.
Huh.
So, if anybody's got a couple $100 bucks hanging around, if you want to own these wrestlers' names,
well,
get on top of it.
I mean, I know anybody can grab it, like I said before, and obviously Don Tony said it 100 times himself. Don Tony owns ECW in the sense of Eastern Championship Wrestling.
Oh yeah. I actually had heard that before, and but I never heard him say that. I completely forgot that.
Yeah, that was. He talked about it back in the days of the Monday Morning Report, which was a while ago. And before I forget, I know this is kind of sidetrack. I'd like to give special shout outs to Marco Lima, aka the Horseman, former co-host of mine on Revolution Radio. He spit out a baby Well, not him personally, but his wife. So kudos on that, and I also like to, give a special shout out to AJ Maggot, who also spit out a baby, who's also been on the show as Blue Parrot. So, congratulations, gentlemen. You wanted sex. So.
Yes, congratulations. Breeding, very proud of you.
You guys win.
Yeah, good job.
Or lose, depending on who you're asking. But.
Well, on a quick little side thing about people and their children, I actually know a kid that he's actually going to be heading into Harvard Medical and become a dentist. And yes, I have friends that are pretty smart and ones that are complete idiots. It's interesting how that works. And he was actually sent a letter from a sperm bank to see if he wanted to donate sperm because he's so smart. And I said to him, and he said, I don't know if I should do it. And I told him, you absolutely should. Because how neat would it be if, like, in 18 years, you had all these kids show up that were just, like, different colors of the rainbow, and they had red hair, black hair. It's kind of neat, you know what I mean? I said this to people when they said that.
He's gonna fucking have a rainbow-colored fro. Like those clowns and shit.
Yeah, well, think about it. I mean, like, you could say to yourself, well,
when you get those minute by minutes and you see what people are watching and when they're turning that dial and when they're turning it back on and who's holding it and what demos are watching what, that's hard to deny. I am the only person in our industry who proactively went to Capitol Hill and met with Congress for a full day and was, subjected to a very intense line of questioning. Jason, you ain't nothing compared to those guys. I myself, I've never done drugs. I don't have, I drug test myself, and I know it's the biggest waste of $350.
They're great.
The drug test?
No, drugs.
Oh, I was Jerry Borash's first makeup person. He never heard of bronzer, and now he can't live without it. And,
Someone running for office?
someone, yeah. So that was your outside voice. I heard that. I go back and I look at some stuff on Vince Russo, and it's not even the same man that I know today. Timmy.
Hey, Dixie! Long time no see. What are your feelings on Brian Alvarez? Who?
I don't know him.
There you go. They run by a woman who has no idea what she's doing, and the TV has been written for years by a guy who has no idea what he's doing. The classic story from the same thing over and over again, and hoping somehow things will change. That's Brian Alvarez.
So this week, the You Shoot of Dixie Carter came out, and it's pretty much been unanimous that it is shit. To the point where Honky Tonk Man, of all people, had stepped forward, and he's done work with You Shoot commentaries or KP commentaries before, I guess a couple times and stuff like that.